Ugly.Teacher.Hiking. I hike it so you don't have to. Alright, so today we're going to look at the Boundless Voyage Titanium Mini Alcohol Stove. Now, if you're looking at this picture on this box, it should look very familiar to the Titanium and Life, or TI and Life alcohol stove I reviewed a few videos back. It looks very similar. Matter of fact, the box and the stove itself, but we'll get into that once we start getting into this. So I got this on Amazon. Boundless Voyage is a great product or producer of stoves. I have one more alcohol stove by them, and I really enjoy it. So on Amazon, this goes for $23.89 US, $23.89 US. I want to say I got it on sale. I don't think I paid that much. So, but as of now, it's $23, almost 24. Open this up. We get this in a black satchel or bag, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's just a nylon bag, nothing special about it. Take the stove out. It came initially in a Ziploc bag. Let's take this out. Boundless Voyage. It's got that brushed titanium feel to it. Got the legs on the bottom have some retention to them. These are supposed to be loose. Let's take a look at the weight of this. The weight of this on our scale here, remember these are approximates. So we get 1.6 or 7 ounces. Let's go with 1.7 ounces. 1.7 ounces. It's extremely light. Almost feels like it's nothing. We'll get to some dimensions. Instead of actually doing actual measuring, I'm going to put this stove in some cups that I think people would use. So I'm going to take my Snow Peak 600, plop this on top. It's slightly bigger than my 550 Toaks, but it still holds it fairly well. And you still got more room on the edges here for additional size pots and pans. The stove itself, close the legs up. Plenty of room for a lighter and other accessories in there. Let's try it with this Nalgene cup. Nalgene fits into this. I think I got this at Walmart on clearance. You can find them relatively cheap. They're heavy, they're stainless steel, but you can find them relatively cheap. Put that in there. Lots of room for different things. Let's close that leg up. Lots of room for whatever you need. Pot holders, a little fuel bottle, so on and so forth. Now we're going to use the typical cup. If you watch my videos for any lengths, this is the cup I typically use, the Toaks 550 Ultralight. Plenty of room in there for additional accessories. Now let's take a peek at this with my Vargo Bot 700. Can fit that in there. This is all I have in here. The alcohol stove, pot grabber, folding Toaks pork, some chipotle spice from a few videos back, hot lips that go on the edge, and a cleaning rag. The stove is very versatile. It's small. It's very nice and compact. Now if we compare the size of this to my Trangia, it's definitely lighter. You don't need a pot stand, but then again, you don't get the simmer ring and the screw-on lid to save fuel in here. This, you either use it all or you got to snuff it out somehow. I know they sell lids for these. They seem to be a little pricey for what you're getting out of them, so maybe one day we'll take a look at that. Let me know how you like the comparison better than the actual numbers. I was getting kind of bored with putting out all those numbers all the time. So just let me know what you guys would rather see, comparison of size, comparison of numbers, or a little of each. Now that we've gone through all the stats on this Boundless Voyage stove, let's see how it fits in our 550 mug. So here I have my 550 mug, my drinking cup. Put that in there. I got my other stand in there if I ever need it. There's the lid for the 550 Toaks. In here, I'm trying out this equal sugar in the little tablets. Comes out in little like pill form. It's real easy to use. Hopefully it's going to be good in backcountry. I could fit a mini bic in here. I could fit a tea bag and the stove. I was trying to fit the fuel in here as well, but it's a little too big. Maybe if I had a smaller fat bodied bottle for the fuel would be a better idea. So here, let's just open this up so we can get a good view on this. Remember, this looks like the Tie and Life alcohol stove that I reviewed way back. Matter of fact, they look very similar. I think we'll do a comparison on the two one day. So put that there. Put this on top. Perfect fit, perfect fit. Now, as you can see over here, I'm trying to get the temperature for the water. It's at 51 degrees. And we're going to do our typical routine here. We'll get this going. Let's move this off here. Let's pour our fuel in here. We got a little more than 2 ounces of heat, so I'm gonna have a little left in here. That's not enough. There we go. So I poured about 2 ounces of heat. This is the typical one we usually use. I think eventually we'll start going down to 1.5 ounces because sometimes 2 ounces is kind of a waste of fuel. Pop that off to the side. Let's get this started. I'm using my Bic, my Zippo with the Zippo insert, the butane insert. Which is not working. It's been fairly reliable up to this point. So obviously I gotta do a review on these Zippo inserts, because when you fill them, they won't work. Sometimes they will. It's not reliable, but when they work awesome. So we're gonna have to put that off to the side. I'm just going to dip a little rag in here. If I was outside, there we go. Give that a second to bloom. These stoves are extremely fast. Let's zoom in a little on this. And we'll get started on this. So we got it going. Always make sure you have a reliable way to start the fire. So right now we're at 2 minutes, 20 seconds, 101 degrees. This is going up real quick, real fast. We should be at a boiling temperature soon. Remember, we're looking for over 212 for boiling point, or 100 degrees Celsius. So we're at 4 minutes, 40 seconds, 169 degrees. It's cruising along. I'd say about another minute and a half, 2 minutes tops, we should be there. But as you can see, I have my vice grips ready. I got my kupilka on the side. All right, so we're at 550, 196 degrees. Remember, on this stove or this thermometer, we start boiling at about 203, 204. We're almost there. Let's just take that off altogether. And we're there. Let's get this off there. Use all the water, most of it though. So today for the tea, we got a green tea. Trying something a little yummy. And truthfully, I'm not the biggest fan of Equal, but I like the way it's housed in this little container. All you have to do is hold it over. And it's easier than sugar or packets. So we're gonna let this burn out, see how long we can go for that. Now this thing has some power. I can just see it. It looks like a little flamethrower in there. And it's cruising through the gas real quick. It's not a slow burn like the Trangia. It's definitely a high heat, fast burn. So we're at 8 minutes, 6 seconds. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is that little piece of filter I put in there. Hopefully it'll just kind of dry and putter out. So we're at 10 minutes, 40 seconds. I can see the paper I threw in there relatively easily. And it's going down, down, down. And the flame seems to be consistent. It's not sporadic. So right now it's doing a little putter. It'll be done in a moment. Let's see what it does with that paper. So we're at 11:55. I think we're pretty much down to the last of the fuel. The yellow, I think it may be that paper burning a little. But it's cruising down. It'll be gone in a second. So consistently, this burned hot for a long time. A good 10 and a half minutes, almost 11 minutes. It burned hot and strong at 2 ounces. Now you have to dial this in if you're not going to use the full 2 ounce, because it's hard to recover. It's hard to snuff this out. and it's a very strong flame. Like I said, Trangia has like a very a lighter flame, but it's more controllable. So let's call it at 12 minutes, 40 seconds, 12 minutes, 40 seconds. Let's see if we can puff this out. There we go. We got that out. So let's talk about final thoughts in a moment. So let's take a look at the Boundless Voyage stove. It's a great stove. It's $24. It's a little on the higher end of things, but it's titanium. I love my titanium stoves. They always cool off real quick when you're done cooking with them, and they just work. They're indestructible. They got the legs, so you don't need to stand. They got the pot stand on top. I love all this. The only issues I'm finding with this one is the rivets. Like right here, this leg is really tough to open, which is awesome. This leg is medium to open. This leg, it still holds its spot, but it's a little loose. But overall, well made. It kind of reminds me of the Tie-End Life titanium stove that I reviewed a couple of videos back. We're definitely going to do a comparison of them. One other thing I don't like about these stoves, the sharpness of the lines. But it's a great stove. For the money, it's a great stove. It burns hot, it burns quick. So would I get this again? Yeah, I would get it again. Would I suggest people to buy it? Yeah, but you have to make your own decision. If you like alcohol stoves, give them all a try, because some things work great in one environment, may not work great in another. Also remember, you get an alcohol stove, you gotta get some kind of windscreen or create some kind of wind buffer when you're camping. But the ultimate goal of this is to make the perfect hot water or the perfect cup of tea. Today we're doing the green tea, so let's give this a try. Oh yeah, titanium for the win again. Please click like and subscribe. Remember, I do this so you don't have to. I review it so you don't have to. Definitely click like and subscribe. That's how we get our great stats from YouTube. So click like and subscribe. Remember, I do this so you don't have to. Hope you all had a great Easter. Have a great day.